Hi, I'm Christine Julian, an interior designer. I'm here with my good friend and client, Keely Waller, who just built a custom new construction home and worked with me through the process to make it look as gorgeous as it does today. So Keely, what was the most challenging decision you had to make?
For me, this process was really fun. I got to be creative and I knew that I was going to be living in this space someday. But I was extremely overwhelmed when I saw all the sheetrock up and I literally walked into 4 blank walls, just not knowing what to pick out first or what to pick out next when there's all these things on my plate. So that's why it was so helpful to have you.
And most of the time, if you're buying a brand new house, you want it to look like your house. You want to make sure it feels like your space and that everything is going to work and function and be the essence of you and your family. So it's really important for me as a designer to make sure I listen to the client, understand their needs and their desires, and help them kind of tunnel that into a total picture of how this is going to come together.
As soon as you walk in our front door, you kind of see it all right there. So it was really important to me to have it all look and feel the way that we wanted it to.
I think when Keely first came to me was we were kind of looking at stain colors or painting the kitchen. One of the things she was worried about is if we stained it all, that it would be really dark. And since the cabinets go all the way up to the ceiling, there were a couple ways that we combated that. One of it was picking a stain color that wasn't super dark, so you could see all the knots in the knotty alder wood, but it added some collective glazing kind of in the crevices, so it really added some rich tone. So altogether it fit with the house, had some warmth and richness to it, but it wasn't heavy.
I love my kitchen. It has everything in it that I wanted it to have. And I absolutely, now that it's done and I can visualize it, I absolutely think that stained was the way to go. I wouldn't have been happy if they were painted. And then the glass at the top, that is something that my husband and I were adamant about not doing. But Christine came in and showed me, you know, when she drew out our kitchen, she showed me what it would look like. And now I'm so glad I have those. The lighting across the top of our kitchen just brings in light features that we wouldn't otherwise have. So it's not dark at all.
So in Keely's master bedroom, she was really adamant about wanting to paint her walls purple. And I got a little nervous because a lot of times when people say they want a color, they don't really want a lot of that color, or they usually pick colors that are way too bold, or way too harsh for the room, and it ends up looking like a teenager picked it out of, you know, their little miniature Walmart fan deck. But with Keely, I just made sure that I grabbed her bedding first, that we gravitated and pulled out purples that really complemented the bedding that she had to pick. And I think that's kind of the key for a lot of people when they're picking out paint colors, is making sure they see everything together, that it works as a unit.
And I think paint colors are one of the easiest things to mess up because you're making a choice off of a 1 inch by 1 inch swatch that maybe looks really great. But Christine, that is one thing that you know, I appreciate so much about her. Was I came in, I told her I wanted something warm and cozy and neutral, and she said, what about this and this and this? And I was like, okay, that's it. So I think that was a really big thing that Christine helped us with too, is just kind of lighten it up but still keep it neutral and warm in the paint colors.
Right, even though it's an open space, I think it'd be easy to go too dark with your wall color, and then it becomes quite this kind of cave area, and you didn't want that. We really wanted it to be open and to highlight all the features of the wood and the stone, all the light features in the kitchen, so making sure the wall color was just right, not too dark, not too light, had enough warmth that you really felt cozy, but still open.
Keeping it light, but still keeping it the rustic style that we like. So in our laundry room, Christine suggested doing our painted cabinets that we didn't do in the kitchen. The laundry room was a much smaller space, so she picked out our cabinet paint color, and it is the most perfect cabinet paint color ever. Every time someone walks through our laundry room, they always comment on the cabinets. My mother-in-law just painted her cabinets those colors because she liked the paint color so much. And that's seeing it on the swatch. Of course, I trusted Christine, but I was just like, okay, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. It just doesn't look like much when it's this big. So now it is absolutely beautiful, and it still keeps with the theme of our entire house.
I think being on time frames is really difficult working with your builder. A lot of times they'll come to you and say, hey, we need this decision today or tomorrow or in a week. And for somebody that's trying to make all these decisions, it's really hard to just say, okay, yeah, let's do this. So a lot of times I'll get phone calls and say, hey, Christine, can you come out, meet with me and my builder, help me make this decision? And I can tell them, yeah, let's do this, and we can make sure that they're comfortable with every decision they make. Well, I'm Christine Julian. Thanks for watching today. I hope you were able to see the design process kind of come together in one really nice finished project. If you're also building a custom home and you've got a lot of decisions on your plate, feel free to give me a call and let me see how I can help you.